Hello children, today we are going to learn another chapter in geography, that is atmosphere. But before going into the chapter, let us discuss briefly about four realms of the earth. The earth has four realms. They are lithosphere or the sphere of land, hydrosphere the sphere of water, atmosphere the sphere of air or gases, then biosphere. Biosphere, it is the interaction between land, water and air where all form of life exist. Now we'll learn about atmosphere. The atmosphere is the layers of gases that surrounds the earth. It is held by the gravitational force of the earth. It is about 480 km thick and contains all the gases in it. Now let us discuss about the composition of atmosphere. Do you know children, the atmosphere is composed of different gases in different amounts. The two main gases which are found in the atmosphere are oxygen and nitrogen. The other gases are carbon dioxide, argon, neon, helium, methane and hydrogen. Our atmosphere is also containing a large amount of water vapor. You know children, in our atmosphere, nitrogen is about 78%, oxygen is about 21%, argon 0.93%, carbon dioxide 0.03% and other gases are together about 0.04%. Apart from this, our atmosphere also contains solid particles like dust particles, pollen grains, smoke, etc. Now we will discuss about the layers of atmosphere. Our planet Earth has a unique atmosphere. On the basis of temperature and density of air, it is divided into 5 layers. The lowest layer of the atmosphere is troposphere and it is the closest layer to the surface of the earth. Thereafter, the next layer above the troposphere is stratosphere, then mesosphere. The fourth layer is thermosphere and finally the uppermost layer known to us, it is exosphere. So in this manner there are 5 layers of atmosphere. Children, now we'll go into detail of the layers of the atmosphere. So let us start with troposphere. It is the layer nearest to the surface of the earth and it is the densest layer of the atmosphere. That means maximum concentration of gases are found in this layer. It extends to a height of 8 km near the poles and 18 km near the equator. Temperature decreases with increase in height in this layer. Troposphere is also known as zone of weather because all kinds of weather phenomena like blowing of wind, storms, lightning, thunder, rainfall, snowfall, everything takes place in this layer. A boundary which separates troposphere from its next layer, that is called tropopause. Stratosphere is the second layer of the atmosphere right above the troposphere. It extends to a height of about 50 km. It contains ozone in large quantity. So, a large part of stratosphere is known as ozonosphere. Ozone absorbs harmful UV rays from the sun. Due to this, temperature increases as we go higher. The lower layer of stratosphere is free from weather phenomena, so jet planes fly safely in this layer. A boundary that separates stratosphere from the next layer is called stratopause. The third layer or the middle layer of the atmosphere is known as mesosphere. It extends up to 80 km. In this layer, temperature decreases with increase in height as this layer has a lot of radiative cooling. The temperature decreases up to minus 90 degrees Celsius in this layer. And one important feature of this layer is that the meteors burn and disappear in this layer. The boundary between mesosphere and the next layer is known as mesopause. Children, the fourth layer of the atmosphere is thermosphere. This layer lies above mesosphere and extends up to 450 km above the surface of the earth. Do you know? As this layer is closer to the sun, the temperature increases with increase in height because the X-rays, radiation and UV rays are absorbed in this layer very fast. The lower part of thermosphere in between 80 to 100 km is known as ionosphere because electrically charged particles ions are found in this layer. Due to presence of ions in ionosphere, the radio waves are reflected and sent back to the earth's surface, and this helps in long distance communication possible. The final layer or fifth layer is known as exosphere. It is the outermost layer of the atmosphere. There is no clear boundary of this layer. It contains light gases like hydrogen and helium. Due to lack of gravity and low density of gases, the gases escape easily into the space. This layer is perfect for placing satellites, means artificial satellites. It is colder at night and very hot during daytime. But in general, the temperature of daytime increases up to 1700 degrees Celsius in this layer. So, this is all about 5 layers of atmosphere. Children, now we will discuss about the importance of atmosphere. Our atmosphere mainly contains nitrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Nitrogen, it is 78%. You know, nitrogen keeps our atmosphere cool and provides nutrients to the plants. Oxygen helps in breathing and combustion. It also helps in decomposition of organic matter. Carbon dioxide supports plant life by photosynthesis. It also absorbs a lot of terrestrial radiation and keeps the lower layer of atmosphere warm during night. In our atmosphere, in stratosphere, we have ozone gas which protect all form of life from harmful UV rays. You know, if UV rays are coming to the surface of the earth, then there will be loss of immunity, permanent blindness, skin problem, skin cancer and all this will take place, and there will be loss of flora and fauna. So ozone layer protect us from harmful UV rays. The presence of water vapor in our atmosphere plays an important role in water cycle. All weather phenomena takes place here. The atmosphere keeps the temperature of the earth more or less constant. It protects the earth from falling of meteors. So these are all about importance of atmosphere. Our atmosphere gets heated by 4 ways: radiation, conduction, convection and advection. Radiation is of two types: solar radiation and terrestrial radiation. The solar energy received by the earth during daytime is known as incoming solar radiation or insolation. The surface of the earth is heated by this. It comes in form of short waves. Terrestrial radiation is the long wave electromagnetic radiation originating from the earth and its atmosphere. Let me explain it in a simpler manner. The heat radiated back by the heated surface of the earth is called terrestrial radiation. It is in form of long waves and it is mainly responsible for heating up the atmosphere. When the air near the earth's surface get heated up by coming in contact with hot surface of the earth, it is called conduction. The transfer of heat by the movement of heated air or water vapor is known as convection. Transfer of heat by horizontal movement of air is known as advection. Now, I'll explain about greenhouse effect. It is the heating of the Earth's surface and lower atmosphere due to trapping of sun's heat by carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, nitrous oxide, ozone, etc. And all these gases are known as greenhouse gases. Greenhouse effect is essential for our survival because it makes the earth a comfortable place to live. But due to increase in the percentage of greenhouse gases, there is more trapping of the heat of the sun by these gases, and this results in global warming. Let us discuss in detail about global warming. Gradual heating of air temperature near the surface of the earth is called global warming. That means there is a gradual rise in the average air temperature. There are various reasons for global warming. Global warming is caused by burning of fossil fuels, forest fire, cutting of trees or deforestation, and various mining activities. Children, there are various negative impacts of global warming in our atmosphere. First of all, the polar ice caps, they start melting. Due to this, there is rising in the level of sea or ocean water. The temperature of ocean water increases, due to which there is change in climatic pattern, loss of flora and fauna, damage of coral reefs, loss of aquatic life, even there is low production of food and food shortage. Now let us learn about ozone depletion. It means reduction in the concentration of ozone in ozonosphere. There are several causes of ozone depletion. Release of CFC or chlorofluorocarbons to the atmosphere due to more use of refrigerator, AC, fire extinguishers, etc. Pollution by air traffic. Release of radioactive substances like uranium, thorium, etc. Use of nitrogen fertilizer in agriculture. Air pollution due to smog, forest fire. You know children, forest fire in Sumatra had a serious effect on ozone layer. Let us discuss about effects of ozone depletion. Ozone depletion allows more harmful UV rays to reach the Earth's surface, and there is ozone hole. Due to very low temperature, a large-scale ozone depletion took place over Antarctica. A hole is found in the ozone layer over the continent, and this is known as ozone hole. Due to more release of harmful UV rays, there is permanent blindness among human beings and animals. This also causes skin cancer. There is loss of immunity, damage of flora and fauna, and destruction of aquatic life. Then, how to protect the atmosphere? Children, our atmosphere can be protected by reducing deforestation and encouraging and practicing afforestation, by using 3R principles, that is reduce, reuse and recycle, so that there will be less burden on industries and there will be less release of harmful gases to the atmosphere. We have to check industrial pollution. By practicing organic farming and by using biofertilizer and biopesticides, atmosphere can be protected from harmful gases, and by using alternate sources of energy like tidal energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, wind energy, etc. So, these are the various ways how we can protect our atmosphere. Children, hope you liked the video. Don't forget to give your comment.